It's all started.
I just say because it usually takes people like 20 minutes to even see that your stream is up. That's why a lot of streamers do like 10 minutes of music go up.
Sorry.
What's up, guys?
Got it.
What's up?
Hello.
Sorry about the delay. Sorry about that. I'm here though. Almost good to go too. What's good, everybody?
Yeah.
You
No, I
know.
don't know. Why don't you tell me?
I got way too drunk bowling last night and dealt with a hangover all day.
Oh, okay, one of those days.
We
Alright.
eclipsed. Oh, I'm sorry. Keep going,
Yeah.
Eric. Go. Oh, we eclipsed 2,000 views
Nice.
and 107 follows at the moment.
yeah, How you been though, Kyle?
I've been good. Doing all right. This changing weather always sucks, though.
Every day. Where's Steve at?
Yo,
Pretty sure he's there.
There we go. There we go.
We got a lively bunch here tonight.
Motherfucking lives.
It's like you gotta stop playing Rocket League before the show because you guys get all destroyed. Like that's how we usually end Rocket League is when we start losing.
No, we just
I think I
started.
won.
It sounds like you guys ended on losses today.
Well, yeah, that happens, man.
So you're all salty and
I don't remember the last time I won a Rocket League.
it's been a while.
The salt. The salt. Pour that salt on. Try auto hosting. I don't even know what auto hosting means.
Maybe you should have clicked on it.
Well, I'm busy.
You
I
dumb
can't
idiot.
just fucking click on it.
Well, just open it in the new tab and save it for later.
Nah.
Kyle, did you impregnate that gazelle?
I didn't, Eric. And that's never been a goal of mine. I think you mistaken me for a different Kyle. In fact, I know it. You definitely mistaken me for a different Kyle.
I liked Jason's. Jason,
Studying
did
the
you like
migratory pattern.
what
We've
you've been
finally
up to
really decided
this
that
week?
waterfowl has been a passion of his.
Sorry, went off answer for a minute.
That's kind of just funny as fuck.
Did you like your What Are We Up To this week, Jason?
Oh yeah.
He didn't even read it.
I was gonna say, you don't know. I just know.
Why would you assume that?
Eric, your cam's a little
You know
high.
that? What? It is?
It's holy smite. I'm
Where
gonna shit.
did all of my shit go?
Don't you dare. Okay. That's fine.
Like your chin is hitting the bottom.
Oh yeah, it is kind of.
Okay,
Is that better?
And now the top of your head's cut off.
I'm delayed stream feed.
That top of your head's cut off. Go up slightly.
My taskbar went away.
Oh God. Oh Jesus. Starting off strong, folks. Killing it.
Dude, I need the auto hide taskbar. Otherwise, it's not cool, man.
It's not cool.
No, like taskbar's still there, but all my icons, all my shit that's open, isn't there. Oh
I'm gonna
boy.
quit grabbing another beer.
Don't have that many things.
And another one. And another one. Yeah, throw shit.
Throwing shit?
Yeah, what about it? You wanna throw down?
Big his ass, see your ass.
Babe, I wrote that Jason. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, I know about the waterfowl.
I don't know, I'm telling Everett. He studies the migratory patterns of the goose.
Ain't nothing wrong with geese.
It's a passion of
nuts.
yours.
Yo, geese are mean fuckers.
They are though.
They're not
I
nice.
actually don't like geese at all. They're
Same with swans, man. Fuck your day up.
Just don't go near them.
Fuck that shit. So what are we doing? Why are we? What's the plan?
I don't know. What are we doing?
I think we're doing a podcast last I checked.
What?
What?
Just sitting here. Someone take some fucking lead.
Eric's like distracted.
Yeah. Yeah, Amber's talking to me.
Tell her we're more important.
The show is technically supposed to start
getting
10
cold.
minutes ago. Man, we're good,
Oh,
Joe.
that's shitty.
As a fan of the show, I'm disappointed in this unprofessionalism.
Joe's disappointed in our unprofessionalism of not starting on time.
Boo. Boo.
Joe, you're not even a viewer.
Yeah, nobody's trying to hear that shit, Joe.
Yeah, Joe, we only accept positive comments. We delete the negative ones.
I will
Censorship
not
at
be
its finest.
censored.
Just put a piece of duct tape over his mouth. Oh, I can censor you, bro. But I wouldn't.
The truth will come out.
Thought I heard
Okay,
this.
I'm ready. You guys ready?
Mhm.
I'll be ready for like an hour.
Last 10, 15 minutes I checked. Yes, I'm ready.
You're recording?
Yeah, I've been recording actually.
That's sweet. Okay, I'll count it down. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hello, gamers and friends of gamers. Welcome to Irrelevant Gamers Discuss, a weekly show where four dudes sit down and talk video games and life. It's September 29th, 2016. My name is EA Skeezy. The Irrelevant crew is here and ready to podcast. First is Steve or Crossjoint.
Hi, my name is CrossJoint TV, and I approve this message.
Okay. And second, we got Kyle or Colonel Fat 69.
69! Colonel Fats, yo, what up?
And last we got Jason or Sashassin.
How's it going, folks? Hope everybody's having a great night tonight.
I am
Yeah.
so terrible at saying your gamer tag.
Everybody is. Just call me Sash.
I call him the sash ass man.
See, you couldn't even say that.
I say it how I have to
Well, you
spell
said
it.
pause.
Sash is assin. Sash assin.
All right. We are going to have a great show tonight. Before we get started, I would like to remind all of the live listeners that we read your questions near the end of the show. So during the course of the show, type your questions, and Colonel Fats is going to keep track of them, and we're going to save them for the emails and questions section later on. So, but back to what we're talking about this week, we're going to get into Black Ops 3 PC stuff, No Man's Sky again, Xbox Play Anywhere, and a bunch more shit. First, Kyle's going to take the lead on Here's the Scenario again, so take it away.
Oh yeah, you guys ready to have that same space adventure, but you know, Jason's not gonna die right away?
Oh, and I'm back alive?
Oh yeah, we're in a
Is
different,
this
you know,
a clone
alternate
or are we in the
timeline, you know?
past?
Turns out
Bye.
that time machine thing didn't break.
It's an
I was
alternate
about to
timeline.
say, yeah, I used
This
to
is the what if that
looking at a time.
would have happened. But I tweaked it a little bit so Jason's not just picking a planet and then being done with it. So, as you guys know, you and your relevant crew are on a space mission to discover a newly discovered habitable planet. Each crew member has a role, and when the time comes, your decision will decide your fate. Sashassin, whatever, is the pilot. He's heading towards the green planet this time. As he's flying, Cross and Fats start a match of fisticuffs. Sashassin turns and smacks them both, causing the ship to swerve. The Galactic Police pull us over and board the ship. They ask Jason why he swerved. Do you blame it on Cross and Fats and their fisticuffs, or do you attack them?
Oh, I attack them. I don't fuck with space cops.
Nice. I don't fuck with space cops. So Sashassin pulls the gun from the cop, takes them both out. In the process, he messes up the ship's controls, and you crash land on the green planet, not the
That's just
blue
what I
one.
do. I never land with the wheels.
So Jason,
Crash.
you successfully survived the mission so far.
Yeah.
Proud of you. The last time you all just died right away. Alright, so now you're on the green planet, your ship just crashed. All four of you must discover what's out there, but without a working ship, you'll never really get off. Crossjoint points out that the correct planet was actually the blue planet the whole time, but it just so happened that's the one that made Jason survive. It was the other one. You also realize that Crossjoint was the captain, so what do we do next? Do you send Fats and Sash out to scout, or do you scout with Skeezy?
Yeah, this is the same thing that I
It's
was supposed to
different,
decide
trust
last
me.
time.
It's different. Who's scouting, who's not. Trust me.
What's the green?
Oh wait,
God, you sit down and shut your mouth.
I was gonna say Captain
You just
Crossjoint.
killed cops, man.
Order.
Doesn't need you anymore.
No, it's the green planet, so me and Eric are gonna go scout, you know?
All right,
Jason
so
just
that's...
took out those cops, man.
Yeah, he needs to rest, bro.
You know, I had a lot of freaking homework, so I
Oh,
couldn't
yeah,
adjust on it.
Yes,
Trust me.
yeah.
All right. So while scouting, Crossjoint and Skeezy see a group of big-breasted naked women. Ooh.
See, Eric,
Entranced by the titties, Crossjoint goes to the women to spit some game. The women start smelling him, and all of a sudden one takes a bite. They love it and proceed to devour Crossjoint. Skeezy panics and runs back to the ship. Crossjoint did not make it.
It's a good way to go, man.
Well, there you go. So that one was good. All right. So now, Steve's pretty much gone. Skeezy makes it back to find Secession and Fats just sitting there smoking a blunt. They made no progress fixing the ship, claiming they didn't know how. The naked women are
That
closing
sounds
in.
right.
With Sash and Fats high as a kite, it's up to Skeezy to decide their fate. So, do we stay and defend the ship, or do we run?
Well,
Naked women, they're coming.
they're coming, but we got those guns from the cops, man. So we're gonna stay and defend. We got guns.
All right, so we're going to stay and defend the ship. All right, you remember the ship has an auto turret that only Fats can operate. He jumps in and mows the naked women down. Unfortunately, High Fats has bad aim, and he also takes out Skeezy. With just Fats and Secession left, they spark another blunt and contemplate their next move. Game over.
Like, damn, dude.
We did it, Jason. We lived.
You just killed your brother, though. Like,
I got bad aim. I'm sorry.
Hey, what do you mean,
Alright.
game over?
That was the end. I didn't write anymore.
game over. We win. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, it was supposed to. You know, it's a fast thing. We're not gonna just freaking podcast about this crazy story I wrote. You know?
I love it. We might have to do that one week.
That's the worst
Just
ending
the
I've ever
whole
heard
story.
in my life.
Oh man. Oh no. I wanna read the other option real quick. So instead of defending, if you decided to run, you yell at Secession and Fats to run as the naked women approach. You manage to gain some distance and tuck away in a forest. There's an odd statue that has a heart with California on it. Confused and catching their breath, all of a sudden Tupac emerges from the ground and says, "It means California love." He dusts the dirt off his shoulder and walks into the sunset. You're confused and not sure what just happened. The end. That was the Tupac one. That was like halfway Joe's idea.
They needed
Those
Nathan
107
Tupac.
followers, like, really, this is what you followed.
It's motherfucking art.
I guess I'm dead again.
Steve didn't make it again.
Steve got 8.
Yeah, me and
Okay.
Jason made it though. We're
Let's
good.
move on. What do you say?
I say that was an awesome space adventure, and yes, we should move on.
Yeah, it was interesting. But what have we been up to this week, guys? Do you guys want me to start?
Go
No.
for it.
It's gonna be really fast.
Nice.
That's what she said, dude.
Buzzing.
Okay. Really quick and simple. I played Dark Souls 2, I played Dark Souls 3, and I played Diablo for like 20 minutes. Okay. Who wants to go next?
I'll go next.
Yeah.
This last week, all I've been doing in the world of gaming has been building my arcade in Anarchy Arcade that I mentioned last week. I've spent maybe 60 hours almost
Oh shit.
in the last week or so
Yes, it
building
didn't-
this arcade. It's massive. It has over 300 cabinets in it already, a couple hundred Steam games and a couple hundred old school games. It's awesome. It's just so awesome. I want to show you guys. You really need to download Anarchy Arcade sometime. It's free, and then I can show you this beautiful, wonderful arcade I've built that you guys can take a part of and play all the games in that you own. It's wonderful.
We had to own the games.
Well, yeah, man. Otherwise, it's like full-on piracy.
Well, that's what I thought. I was like,
I was
oh,
like,
so
this is kind of cool, so I
actually
could go
like
into
that.
yeah, you can go into your
Yeah,
thing and play.
anytime you own the machine, you can go ahead and boot it up. It's like you have unlimited quarters for that machine, and then you can also put down arcade cabinets for any of the games that you guys happen to own, so you can play your own games. So every single game you own or I own, you can access. Emulators you can boot up and play any old NES, Super Nintendo, Sega game. So yeah, I've just been working on this massive, awesome arcade. That's all I've been doing.
It's like an
Nice.
awesome project. It's sweet.
Yeah,
I gotta
it
check
is.
that out. Sounds cool.
Yeah, you guys will love it.
Yeah, as some people note, we did a nice drunk stream over the weekend. As per usual, Steve destroyed me, and Jenny, who was also there. But hey, it was all in the spirit of 100 followers, so that's pretty awesome. So Twitch is happening. It's pretty fun. But that's pretty much what I've been doing. We did that.
A drunk stream.
Yeah,
I like beer. What's wrong
Fun.
with that?
it was the most rage quits Colonel Fast has ever done on a drunk stream.
Oh yeah, I was
yes.
salt. There was loud noises. It was yeah. Go find the VOD. You'll find.
Yeah, it was fun. And then I picked up Forza this week. We're gonna talk about it later, but I've been playing that a lot. Well, a couple hours every day at least. And other than that, though, I haven't touched anything else. Been pretty much playing that, and yeah.
No, that's cool. It's what happens when a new game comes out, though.
You
I
pretty
also
much just
had a new
binge
job
on
and
it.
shit. So
Nice, congrats.
You got the job?
pretty much
Nice.
this week.
I like it.
Money, money,
It's
money,
confidence.
money.
All right, well, let's just keep it going. It's news time.
News time.
News.
You got. We're gonna do something for this eventually. We're gonna play it every podcast because Eric's just freestyle drumming randomly for
No,
certain
that's his new
things.
soundboard, dude. That was legit. That was electronic drumming.
Oh yeah, that's
There you
true.
go.
I didn't know he
Okay.
did that.
Kyle, let me tell them the next news story, or the first one. We haven't even done the first one.
Yay, the first one.
I am just random today. Anyways, Black Ops 3 on PC mod tools. It's happening. What do you guys think of Black Ops 3 getting mods?
I don't care.
Yeah, it's kinda
I
rough.
just don't really know like why. You know,
Yeah,
with
like,
the
what
with the
could
new
they
Black
mod
Ops
without breaking the
3,
game?
like there's certain things that I saw that could be cool, like because they've added these ridiculous like melee weapons to the game. So there's an actual legitimate sword. So if you could like mod that into like a lightsaber or something, I mean that'd be pretty cool. But I don't really know what they're trying to do. I think they were more pushing for like custom maps and stuff. But like I think Steve said earlier, you don't really need mods for it. So I don't really know. It's kind of weird.
I mean, maybe they're trying to mimic like what Halo's been doing, taking off with their mod scene, but I don't see it with Black Ops. You know,
Well, I think the main
That's
issue
what it
is the
means.
PC COD community like dies all the time. So it's like who even plays it on PC?
that's the thing. I don't know. Well, because Halo's not PC, but they have. I mean, there's a Hungry Hippos mod. It's like a game mode. A bunch of you run around with like the hammer thing and hit the colored balls into the hippo, and they just would close. There's 4 colors and 4 teams. There's a bunch of weird shit like that they do, but I don't see that happening into COD.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm just not sure. One thing that kind of bugs me is, at least with the dumb console gamers who don't really know, map editors aren't mods. And they're kind of blurring those lines, you know? They're starting to blur the map editor and hey, here's a program where you can build anything you want. But like that's a tool that has already been created and it has limits. But when you talk about mods, you're actually talking about programming in brand new things that you create. And they're
Yeah, that's
blurring
not
that. They're
mods.
blurring that line. I understand how they're trying to get all the Microsoft is trying to get everybody on 10, so they're all playing together. But
Well, usually mod.
Don't try and lump us all into the same crowd. I don't know how to explain it. It's just
No, it's not the same thing.
Mod tools like the festival release, like for Fallout, they just released basically the, I don't want to say the tools they use to build the game, but a dumbed down version of it so that you have access to all the assets and things that they had.
I'm just thinking, like, imagine today a 15 or 16-year-old kid running up to you and telling you that he made his first mod for Halo. It's like,
Wrong.
no, you didn't. You made a map and decided which guns go where.
I was gonna say I made maps in Halo 3. They had that Forge mode.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure giant hippos were not part of Halo's like mod pack.
Yeah, but that's an actual. Oh, I don't
They
know.
had to put those in.
I mean, to be fair, a mod is literally just a modification to the game. So anything that is a modification to the game is technically a mod.
Yeah, you could put a popsicle in Fallout 4.
Yeah,
and
and that's a mod.
Yeah.
Popsicle.
It's stupid.
It's a
It's
play
dumb,
on the
it's
English
whack,
language,
but
really.
I said
changing
the best
anything in the game.
mods I think that you'll ever find, and the most well done ones are probably still just Minecraft mods. I mean that's programmed in Java, and there's no tools or anything like that. It's just you program it. You have the source code, and there you go.
That's how it works.
That's how it works.
Okay, let's move on. Call of Duty just hasn't been that exciting to talk about the last couple of years. So
Hasn't been that exciting to play the last couple of years.
also true. Steve wants to talk about Forza and Xbox Play Anywhere because he's doing it. He's our first subject in the world of cross-platform playability.
Cross-gender dressing platform. Here we go.
Here we
Yeah, I
go.
don't know. Was Forza the first Play Anywhere, or is that Recore, right?
Quantum Break was.
Hmm.
Quantum
Anyway.
Break was the first one.
So
Then,
yeah,
then Recore, then Forza, and then Gears is next.
Yeah. So I thought, it looked good. It got great reviews. Thought this would be a good time to try it out. Especially since, I have Windows 10, which is a must. And I found out you have to have the anniversary update, which that kind of sucked because it was whatever. We won't go into that. But yeah, you have to have the anniversary update. You have to have Windows 10 to even be able to do this. But basically, you just take the Xbox, go on your little app store in Windows 10, purchase a digital copy of the game, and it loads onto your PC or Xbox One. I'm pretty sure you can do both. I don't have an Xbox One, so I can't tell you, but I'm pretty sure you can do both. If you buy a physical copy of the game, you could not play it on PC. So I don't. If you like physical copies, then whatever. But, you get more for your money, I guess, if you don't buy the physical. And yeah, I mean, it started downloading. Everything was good. They developed the game alongside of Xbox. They said so. They did develop it for PC. There are problems, I will say. I should be able to run the game at 1440 frames. The game's beautiful, but there is micro stuttering, and they are aware of it, and they are fixing it, but it's Microsoft speed, so we will see. But my overall experience, besides dealing with the Microsoft Store and not being able to really put the game in your Steam library without doing some bullshit, it's been good. The game itself is good. The servers have been really good for a new release that it seems like a lot of people are playing. So overall, I mean, I think it's a good start. It's a lot better than when they released the first Gears, which was a buggy fucking mess,
Yeah.
But I think they learned their lesson and they didn't port this one as much. It was developed alongside. So hopefully we see a nice update to fix the stuttering. It happens to be a problem you have to have a very high-end rig to play this game. But yeah, I mean, overall, I'd say it's a good start for,
Xbox
just getting
Play
your console
Anywhere.
games on PC and have, I mean, on console, the game's locked at 30 frames. On PC, you get 60.
Have you tried to bump the resolution down to 1080 and see if you still get the micro stutter?
I have not, but other people online have said it doesn't help.
Okay.
So
Oh,
I don't feel like even. I mean, I the only time I ever get frame lag is if I'm in a race in the city with a bunch of other cars, and the worst I've ever dropped down to is about 45 frames.
Have you
And
done
it's
any
usually-
multiplayer yet?
Very temporary. I have not played the multiplayer. I've done stuff that involved the servers, but I have not gone online yet. There's just so much to do, so many cars to buy, and you kind of want to have nice cars for each class. Otherwise, when you go into the multiplayer, you're just renting cars, because you don't have one for that class. So I like to kind of build up a garage first.
Do you know if the console and PC players are playing with and against each other right now?
I'd like to
I
think they are.
believe so.
Yeah.
I would think that's the whole thing is about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty much
I didn't
the
know if
point.
they- Well, I didn't know if they had separate servers. Because, I mean, like,
No, it's a very good
I
question.
figured maybe you
Oh, yeah.
could own, like, basically you got to have the digital copy and you can play it on your Xbox or your computer. Right?
Yeah. Well, I think you can play it on both.
Yeah, you can do both. Once you have it, I mean, you have it. My thing is, like, if you're not playing Forza, can I, like, put it on my PC as well or on my Xbox One and play it?
You would have to sign into my.
Oh, I'd have to be signed in as you, and then
Yeah.
Okay, but you could technically do that.
And you can only be signed into one at a time. You can't be signed into both at the same time and be playing them.
Yeah, I mean, that was typical of, like, Netflix. Netflix would do that if...
Yeah.
Say
But that's
I'm
the
watching
thing.
Netflix on the computer and then someone logs into my Netflix on my console, then it tells me and kicks me out. It
Yeah.
used to. I
I
don't
can
know if it
watch-
still does.
No,
You
yeah,
can
it depends
play-
on what type of plan you have with Netflix. Like on my plan, I can watch 6 devices at one point in time. So
That's what I got now. It changed at some
All right, off topic.
Yeah,
So-
it is.
So for this though, I mean, if you have it for the Xbox One, you could play it for an hour, save it, jump onto your PC, and load up right where you left off in the Xbox. So it's a step in the right direction, man. I'm loving the game. Game's fucking sweet. If you like racing games, it's really good. It's not a typical Forza race track racer, where you just pick a race and you're on a track and all that bullshit. It's an open world in Australia, and it's fun as fuck, man. It really is a good game. I got buggies, I got little 3-wheeled British cars, I got a Ford Woody, got fucking rally cars, Mercedes. I mean, it's great. And you can design your own decals, so you can get cool stuff like beer decals.
Sweet.
It's really cool. Really good game.
Sounds like it.
I wanted to mention, we talked about this before. Forza Horizon is like all over in different places. It's Forza Motorsport that's on the racetracks.
Well, it's
Motorsport's the boring one, unless you really
Yeah, I agree.
think
unless
that's
you like
it's just
Formula
called-
One racing. Yeah, it's just
Forza 6, I think, was the last one that came out.
Yeah, it was originally Forza Motorsport, and then they just dropped the word Motorsport and started using numbers.
Yeah.
Right on.
But it's nice, man. You can get your fucking Jeep and deck it out and just fucking drive around the Outback, It's fun.
I'm just strictly excited that me and my buddy at work, because he pretty much only has his Xbox One to play highly graphical games. We can play together. It's gonna be sweet.
Sounds good.
Scalebound, February. Yeah. Forza. Sounds awesome. Thank you, Steve.
Right on.
Kyle, you want to talk about Tekken?
Yes, this kind of actually correlates with Steve's Forza and the whole crossplay, or well, kind of, with the PC and the Xbox. There's a lot of games, that are doing it. Rocket League, Final Fantasy 14 does it as well, actually. But with Tekken 7, they're saying no. They're just they have security concerns. Here's a quote from Harada. I believe he's the one who runs it. I think he's a developer or something. He's not a matter of the technology for getting the PS4, Xbox One, PC players to match up against each other being the issue, but but rather first-party company policies and potential security risks alongside the community perceived reputation of PC gamers being cheaters that is hindering the decision to allow cross-platform play. So basically, he's like, you PC gamers are got a bad rep and you're going to cheat and we don't want to throw you in there. It's almost like discriminating against PC gamers. But then they added, to clarify a little, he isn't claiming PC gamers are cheaters, but rather the perception, presumably among a portion of console owners, is that they're cheaters. So they're assuming that console owners assume that PC people are cheaters. I think that's kind of...
anti-cheat.
I mean, yeah.
You know, that's what it sounds like to me, Steve, is that they just don't want to invest in anti-cheat, and that is their bullshit excuse for it.
Yeah,
That's what it is. Yeah.
It's-
That's exactly what
Or
I'm...
they're just really bad at security. They don't know.
Well, see, that's what I thought initially. I was like, well, yeah, because PlayStation gets hacked all the time and all your information gets leaked. I didn't even think about it being because of PC cheating. Like, I honestly thought because Microsoft and Sony get hacked all the time.
Yeah, no, it's the master race is getting ousted right now because we're cheaters. Our shit runs too well.
Our community keeps getting bigger and bigger, and honestly, it's the kids who can't afford to get the PCs yet because they don't work yet, or their parents don't have that kind of money to get them the PC. Those are the kids who are bitching.
Yeah, and if there's a problem with cheating on PC, it's only because the developers aren't giving us the same resources and the same time that they need for the goddamn security, man. They're just throwing that shit out there to the wild. In the wild. Like, you have to have more security on a PC game than you do on your console port. You can't just port your console game to PC and not put any additional security on it. So, I mean, it's on them.
Yeah, I mean,
if there wasn't security on consoles, you better believe everybody who owns a PS4 or Xbox One, well, not everybody, but the same motherfuckers who would cheat on PC would be cheating on those too.
Yeah,
If they
and
could.
it's I mean, it's that, you know, we're all PC gamers. We would love for people not to cheat,
Exactly.
Yeah,
but
that'd be
you just
great.
can't.
If you give them the option, they're gonna do it.
All you gotta do is think back to Modern Warfare 2 on the 360. People could cheat, and they did.
Yeah, they didn't.
Oh yeah, Gears
Right
1.
now, it's
everyone's
really
doing-
hard to cheat on a console.
But I mean, to be fair, like, who even plays Tekken?
Dude, fighting community is actually pretty large. I mean, I don't play it, but I watch a lot of people who play fighting games. There's people pumped for this. They did a really smart move with this game, and they added Akuma from Street Fighter as a character in the game, and he looks badass as hell. I think everyone's gonna play him.
Tekken's always been too stiff of a fighter for me. I stopped playing after Tekken 2, like way back in the day, man.
It was really sweet playing Tekken on this arcade machine that was at a Sears near where my mom used to take us to get pictures and taken and haircuts.
Yeah, Tekken, that's where it was at too. That was the best
It was-
way to ever
it was like an
play
arcade
Tekken, was
game.
on an arcade machine. Yeah.
Well, I feel like the fighting genre of gamers, it's almost its own little thing because, you know, they all, if you're really serious about it, you're not playing on a controller. You bought one of those sweet ass arcade game pads that has all the buttons mapped up because it's just so much easier to play fighting games with that joystick, like big button setup. And yeah, it's a
Personally, I
crazy
disagree.
community.
When I play fighting games, and I have gotten into them pretty damn seriously, I much prefer the D-pad over anything else. I'll take the D-pad over the goddamn jolly stick any day. Any day.
Different
You
folks.
also
They
play
all say it's
Payday with
easier.
So I can't believe you.
Yeah.
Well, just to give one more little, I guess, little nudge at Tekken, Street Fighter V, their pretty much only big competition, actually does support crossplay between the PS4 and the PC currently. So that, you know, sucks, Tekken. I mean, you don't want the security risk, but at the same time, Street Fighter does not care. Tactics.
What you gonna do? Shall we move on?
Yeah, let's get to the same topic that is randomly in the show notes every week somehow. What'd they do this time, Eric?
Let's continue the hate train. No Man's Sky. We're gonna talk about that some more. Have you guys heard of the UK's Advertising Standards Authority?
I have now.
Yep.
Yeah.
After I read this article.
They are investigating No Man's Sky essentially for misleading everybody. This is basically just this could lead
Fraudulent
to lawsuits. This could everybody could be getting refunds whether they want it or not. Sort of shit.
Steve's like cheering for this.
If they get, because I mean, if they lose all their money and can't support their servers, then what's the point of having No Man's Sky if you can't connect to their servers? So,
I want my money back.
but yeah, we all know the story here. Somebody seems they were properly, or says they were properly misled. That's the key word here, and when you can actually file this sort of suit and make these claims, is properly misled means they purposely put out stuff that was awesome to sell you a piece of shit. And the shit that was awesome literally is not there. And what are you gonna do?
He's.
I mean, this was coming. They just had to. You have to legally wait, like I think 2 months or so to actually do this. So I mean, everyone knew it was gonna happen.
Yeah, but there's not a lot of information. The ASA isn't commenting on it because they're still investigating. As far as possible ramifications, that's just what I'm thinking in my head. If these guys get hit with this claim or this suit, and then they lose this battle, they could end up losing lots and lots of their money. These guys could run for it, like it seems like they might have. Some of them might have done.
I bet some of them definitely did.
I mean, but they could, like the game could just be done. Whether like if they have to refund everybody.
You mean
Think
Steve will
about-
never be able to
Think
beat it?
about all the money that Sony gave to them to help them make this game. Like,
I don't think anyone really cares that it's over. I mean, no one's playing it anymore.
I was gonna
You
say,
know,
what is it? 99%
People
of
stopped playing
gamers
it
stop
after like the
playing.
first week once they saw it was not what they bought, what they thought they were buying. Man, they honestly, like, I'd say close to 70 or 80% of the people that bought that game were seriously disappointed with it. It wasn't at all what they showed us. And whether or not you end up liking the final product, that's kind of irrelevant because the final product is not what they advertised. So yeah, they do indeed deserve to get sued, and I hope they go straight to hell.
Yeah, I mean, I played for 5 hours and I can't get a refund. Like that's just bullshit.
Yep. Yeah, no, I hear you. I wanted to get it too. It looked really interesting and intriguing, right? But the main reason I didn't get it right away was because they weren't showing the combat. They kept hiding the combat, and I'm like, you know what? Until I see a bunch of combat, actually, I'm not actually gonna hop on board. I'm so glad I didn't. There's no combat in that game.
That's why you don't
Eric's just lucky
pre-order.
his shit crashed so much he couldn't even play it. I just kind of got past the tutorial and actually found, got into the game to see what it was about, realized what it was, and by that time in a $60 game, I mean the tutorial's 2 hours long. How the fuck am I supposed to be able to refund that?
Right.
I feel like they gotta extend that time period off of like a percentage of the base cost of the game. I mean, you can't, like, with a $60 plus game, you gotta extend the time period of when you
Yeah,
can
no,
still refund
honestly,
that.
yeah, the 2
But for like a
hour
10,
thing is-
like for $2, for like an indie $2 game, give it like the 2 hour like minimum or something like that. I mean, that's fine. It's $2.
Honestly, I think it's just on us as consumers, man. There's no reason as PC consumers of PC games, there's no reason for us to do the pre-order shit anymore. So you get a little sparkly costume in-game? Come on, who gives a fuck? Don't do that. Just sit back, watch a review, watch some YouTube videos, watch an Angry Joe video on it, and if it looks like garbage, don't invest your money.
Well, I didn't even pre-order it,
No, I personally like that 2 hour window because you shouldn't just get refunds because you didn't like a game, and that could be, once you start extending that, then you start having people, speed run or get
Exactly,
even
that's
halfway
what I'm
through the
saying,
game
too.
and then decide this story sucks. I want my money back.
If
Like,
you
if you don't
put
like the
5
story,
hours, you
but
can beat a lot
like,
of games in 5 hours. I know I can.
Not a
$2
$60
window
game.
works
No.
for stuff that
Yeah.
like it just don't work. Yeah,
Yeah, if you
I
can
can
beat a
see that.
60-hour or a $60 game in 5 hours, then you're damn right you should be able to refund that.
I can beat every single Call of Duty game in 5 hours, man. Like
Yeah.
that's nothing. And but that's the single player game. That's what it has to offer. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's some people, not most of us, but some people buy Call of Duty simply for the single player experience. I know my younger brothers actually never ever played online Call of Duty, but they've played almost every single Call of Duty game. That's just some people, man. So when they get that $60 experience, you can get through that shit within 5 hours. One game, for instance, that just it didn't work well for that 2-hour window was Metal Gear Solid 5. I put that baby in, installed it, put it on. Man, I didn't start playing the game until about 2.5 hours because there's a fucking 2-hour cutscene at the start of the game. So as soon as that cutscene's done, and you can't skip it, you cannot skip it. As soon as the cutscene's done, you're into the game. You own it, whether you can play it or not.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like with
Yeah.
No Man's Sky, it takes you 2 hours to get off the first planet.
Yep.
How are you supposed to? How are you supposed to know what the game was?
And furthermore, how are you supposed to know if you can properly run it? You know, you might have all of the recommended specs, but it might run like shit on your computer because they kind of fudge the specs a bit. So you need those 2 hours to kind of troubleshoot and optimize the game, just to even see if you can play it.
Yeah. Huh?
Well, I think they're screwed overall.
It could use some tweaking, the refunds policy, but at least there is a refunds policy. So when people do get games that completely don't work, they do get their money back. And that's at least there's that. If you got conned into buying a game and didn't realize into 5 to 10 hours into the game that it sucks, you got conned, man. What do you want to do? you could keep being mad at the No Man's Sky guys. Sorry, Steve.
Yeah, I know. I'm the only one that got fucked over.
Like, you
Yeah, I was gonna
literally
say you got
got
shafted.
Not conned. That's you got scammed. You are literally a victim.
I wish it didn't work on my machine. I wish it fucking crashed my computer.
You should be happy though that somebody's filing claims against them because
Yeah, you might
but
get your
I knew
refund.
this was gonna happen already. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, they said it the week after it came out. They just had to wait like 2 months. It's a legal thing.
yeah, it's gonna take a while, but randomly one day, it is possible that $60 is just dropped into your Steam wallet, and you get a nice
Yeah, that's the thing.
email
Is I
from
don't even
Steam.
care if it just goes into Steam. You know, like I don't need the money back to my pocket. That's what I said when I sent them the return. I said, hey, you know, like give me the money back in my Steam wallet so I can give the money to developers that actually deserve it. And I just got you're past the hour mark. Fuck you. That's like, all right, whatever. Fuck
You
you.
were pretty far past it though.
5 hours? I don't
I
know.
know, right? Steve's like 18 hours in, like, I don't think I like this game. I want my money
This shit
back.
sucks.
No, people
Developer sucks. Everyone
on the
sucks.
subreddit, man, that's the only reason I tried refunding it. The guy had people were getting refunded with like 8 hours to 10 hours. And then once Steam found out that they were getting refunds for that long, they shut it down. And then I tried to refund it after they had already shut it down. But people with way more hours than me were getting refunds. That's a fact. That is a fact.
I was at 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Damn.
See, there you go.
I gave it one last shot. It hit the 2 hour mark. It was like 2 hours and 1 minute, and I said, well, I'm gonna try it one more time. It did not work. Let's move on. The No Man's Sky shit has to end. I'm hoping next week we don't even say those 3 words.
Say it will never
Oh,
end.
no, we will. We like to bring it up every week just to see Steve's face.
Well, there's a new right?
Scrunch with his face every time.
It's like
great.
once a week there's something new that's happening, but it has nothing to ever do with them actually adding stuff into the game. It's just it's just something else that's shitting on them.
That's good. Every time, yeah, like Jason said, every time we say No Man's Sky, his face, it looks like Steve ate something sour.
You can see the salt. It's a visual thing.
I hate you guys.
Tell us about this iPhone shit.
Speaking of salty, let's talk about the idiots that fucking drilled a hole into their iPhone. So that new iPhone came out. None of us are Apple people, I don't think. But the new one came out. Everyone was super excited, although I've never heard any talk about it. But it doesn't have a headphone jack, which also everyone knows. So online, there's a video. This guy who I don't know. I think he was a well-known channel or something, or he at least posted decent technical reviews or something before that. He claimed that he drilled into the bottom of his iPhone 7, and he put this online, and he put a video, and that he found a headphone jack, and he was able to use it just like normal. And he puts it online, and then he gets a flurry of idiots that proceed to take a drill to their new iPhone, drill the bottom of it, and lo and behold, their iPhone breaks because they're fucking morons, and there is no headphone jack. So I just thought this was pretty funny.
People thought they actually put the jack in there, but then purposely covered it up.
Yeah, that's what it said.
This
Yeah.
is
Like it's an
our
Easter egg.
fucking country, everyone. Give us all a hand.
I mean, there you go. What do you guys think? I mean, they're trying to blame the dude that made the video.
No.
I mean, come on, man. That's not his fault that you're a fucking idiot.
He just pranked you, and you're dumb.
If you use that logic, then every single person on the entire planet can get really mad at the Bible, because when I try to walk on water, I fall in.
Only Jesus can, man. You don't have long enough hair, man.
Every fucking time, Eric.
But man, I don't even know what to say about this. It's just,
There's not much to
Idiocracy
say.
is happening, everyone. It is
Well, just-
happening.
being one of those people who says, that makes sense. There probably is a headphone jack, just like my last phone. So it's probably just under this layer of plastic. And it's like, you think there's some guy in the boardroom at Apple saying, like, let's tell them we're not putting the headphone jack in, but really we're gonna hide it. Like,
Oh my
what?
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean,
that's
I don't know. I think it's funny.
that's America, man. That's America in a nutshell, right there.
I mean, I don't know how these people get money to buy these phones, and yet they're so dumb that they'll take a drill to it. It blows my mind. But there you go.
That's hilarious. That's
Fun-
a funny
fun
story,
story.
Steve. That was a funny one.
Makes the Android users feel good, right?
Exactly.
I don't like, as speaking about that new iPhone, I don't like that there's no headphone jack and that they're forcing you to use the wireless shit.
Yeah, no, dude, I'd hate that, man. I use my
That's
headphones
bullshit.
every day, and I don't want. I mean, did you see those things? They're like $130.
Yeah, dude. Not only was I putting electric earbuds in my head, but now I have electric earbuds in my head that have receivers.
Bring me the
There's
cancer.
all kinds of shit just flying toward your ear.
Man.
Great. You know what's next to your ear? Your brain.
Eric's off the rails. Let's move to the next news story.
We've lost him again.
He's on his own fantasy world.
I
He's
stopped listening
receiving
to him, honestly. So I
transmissions
can't-
from aliens. Let's move on. I got a
Dumb
story.
people make me mad. Dumb people make me mad.
Dumb people make me laugh.
I was gonna say I was laughing my ass off at that story. People are
Yeah,
stupid and
yeah.
they get what they deserve. So speaking of, no, this isn't stupid. This is actually a really smart business decision, but it makes probably gonna make some people sad. But for my story, Square Enix, those Final Fantasy making awesome people, are going to shift a lot of attention to mobile devices, specifically smartphones and premium games rather than the current free-to-play model. Here's a quote. Currently, the global market for smart device games is dominated by free-to-play games, and the market for premium games that players pay to purchase is practically non-existent. So they're basically trying to cash in on this niche little market of not a free-to-play, but like a straight-up game. And they're kind of taking the, rather than put it on a console-specific, Game Boy Advance type deal or whatever the hell Nintendo's cooking up, or like PlayStation even, they're just going to put it on, the most commonly used device all around, which is the smartphone. Everyone fucking has one. And they make the argument against the free-to-play model that, the free-to-play model, which is just destroying the phone industry, like, in terms of cash cow, like, all you gotta do is just keep updating your game with more levels and people will keep paying for more stuff. The actual creation and development of those games, they pretty much cost the same. I mean, it costs the same to make a free-to-play game, and it costs the same to make a premium game, is what they're saying. And they just think the investment required for a free-to-play, they really want to just dominate this new market. And one of the things they're saying is the mobile is such a good platform because they're pretty much attacking console owners, saying, you have no backwards compatibility. I mean, eventually you're going to have to get a new console, and then you're going to have to buy new games and waste all your money. But if you just use your smartphone and just buy the game, you can play all these games. And they're really focusing on RPGs. They're the Final Fantasy makers, so it's just a bunch of kind of RPG style games. I'm actually kind of sad about this because that means they're going to shift their big game AAA title focus away from a little bit. I'm not entirely... I mean, it's a genius business decision. I mean, their market's not taken. You're going to make a lot of money. People are going to buy it. So I think it's smart for them, but bad for a Final Fantasy lover who's pumped for 15. I don't know. What do you guys think about all this shit that I just threw at you?
Well, they're basically... They know that not everybody has the equivalent of a Game Boy. So they don't have 3DS. They don't have a PSP or whatever it's called. But everybody's got a phone. So they're going to literally sell you AAA games on your phone that you can play. I just hope the one issue that I have is that it's really hard to sit and play a game on your phone for a long period of time. I'm talking, a lot of these AAA titles you can get lost in, and 10 hours of your life is gone.
Okay,
If
can
you
we
lose
pause for
10
a second,
hours
though?
of your life in one session just staring at your phone? Have you guys done that?
I have done that, but hold on. Okay, let's not pretend that these fucking games on cell phone are AAA games, man.
I was going to say, I agree with that.
They're like B- games at best, and that's why nobody really wants to play them. And the lack of actual tactical buttons and tactile feedback, like nobody really wants that, man. And the best thing you can do is like a little turn-based RPG game, nothing that's actually real time or requires skill or anything like that, man. So it really is a certain type of game that can only be made, period, on iPhones if you want to be successful. But I wouldn't even ever compare it to a AAA game. So for them to focus on that and say, oh, you don't want to buy a game for your new PS4 or your your new PC, you want to get this shitty game for your phone. No, fuck you. No, we don't.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of where I was going, is with the time constraint, is that a lot of people, when they got games on their phone, they have that 5 to 15 minute window
Yeah.
to do something, and that's why people have those dumb free-to-play games, because you can, in 5 minutes, you can do a whole lot in like fucking Candy Crush and shit
Right.
like that.
Just little smoke break games. That's
Yeah,
all they are.
See, I think-
Imagine
Smoke
trying to
break
play an RPG 5 minutes at a time.
Honestly, I don't think that's really that hard to do because a lot of, RPGs, stuff that you dread doing because it takes you fucking forever to do, but if you're just going to do it slowly throughout the day, is farming, which that's what, a lot of those Final Fantasy games have a big element of farming in them, collecting the good items to trade or to get the best weapon in the game. And I think just doing that 5 minutes at a crack, oh, look, I killed like 3 fights and I got a couple of loot. All right, time to keep working or something.
I'll be honest with you. The RPG element actually works very well on a phone.
And there are
I don't
Fantasy
mind
games.
that. Yeah, I've played Final Fantasy games on phones and whatnot, and I've played a lot of RPGs on smartphones.
1 through 8 are on phones.
Yeah, you can get 1 through 9.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
I think it's
there's
smart.
pros and there's cons. There's pros and there's cons. But one thing I do like about it, like if you're playing on console or you're playing on computer or something like that, you know, a lot of those RPGs will have like save points, only specific spots in the game where you can save, you know, so you're locked into always giving at least 20 minutes or sometimes up to an hour's worth of time. When you're playing a game on your phone, you can always quit it. Boom, at the press of a button, and you will come right back to where you were whenever you pick it back up. So that kind of makes it so you can break it down to however you want. You can digest it in your own chunk. You have 5 minutes here, no problem. You've got an hour here, no problem. And that's something you can't always do on a PC. I have plenty of PC games I won't even boot up if I have less than 20 minutes.
Right. You got a specific time that you want to dedicate to it. Otherwise, it's kind of like you feel like you're wasting it. It's like, well, that's stupid. Like, why did I even do that?
I don't know. It's just, it would be hard for me to spend, you know, upwards of $10 to $20 on a phone game, especially, you know, when a lot of these games heat your phone's battery up like a freaking frying pan.
Yeah, they do.
And then you know, your 3-hour battery actually just turned into a 2-hour battery life, and before
Permanently.
you know it, you're standing next to the wall, holding your phone.
I might as well be playing on my
I gotta
PC.
finish this battle.
Oh, man. Just to add... Oh, Steve, what do you got? Sorry.
I miss Words with Friends. I
We're
like the
just
simple games.
the simple phone games.
Plus, I'm still waiting for my Super Mario RPG 2, so they could fuck off with anything else they do besides that, including Final Fantasy.
I was just about to say, next Final Fantasy is coming out on your smartphone. Final Fantasy
And my phone's
16.
cracked, so if I tried playing a game in it, I would just get glass cuts.
Well, I just built
I'm
a
a
Super
triple
Mario. I built a Super Mario RPG arcade cabinet in my arcade, Steve. So you're gonna have to go
Yo,
take it.
well, if it's not RPG 2, then I've played it.
Sure. I'll make it the second one for you magically, no problem.
Fuck it.
Exactly. Just to add one little more thing, they're not just going to shift just to phones. This is kind of a send off, but they're also really excited about VR technology and what they can do with it. So they're also going to be doing that. So I think Square Enix is, after Final Fantasy 15, is going to take a shit.
You have to say, sounds
They're
like
going to dominate monetary wise in terms of they're going to get a lot of money from these phone games. But as a Final Fantasy fan, I say bad. Fuck you.
It sounds.
First-
Yeah, you know what? They're starting to look like Konami, and like this is their last big game, man. This is their Metal Gear Solid 5, and then after that, they're going to be dwindling for years.
First they make
Money
Backstreet Boys the game, and then they go
That
with
game's going to be amazing.
then they go with the mobile and then the VR. Yeah,
Well,
sounds
Backstreet Boys, the game will be good as long as it's in sync.
fun. No, NSYNC's the final boss.
I meant like
Oh,
in
God.
sync with the music. Double entendre there.
Jesus. All right.
All right,
That was Square Enix's big mobile shift. Eric, you gonna spit some rapid machine gun style news at us?
It's not as rapid as I wanted. One of these should have been in the normal news. But let me get the two quick ones out of the way. Destiny, Rise of Iron, we forgot to mention last week that came out. I watched some of it. It looks like all the same Destiny I've been watching.
Yeah.
Bad reviews.
I do really, and speaking of number twos in series, Destiny 2, I swear to God, that better come out on PC because I really wanted to play it.
Their
But-
servers died with Rise of Iron.
Did they?
Yeah, which is kind of weird. It's like, really, how do your servers die on a DLC?
Yeah. I also didn't like that this DLC didn't bring anything special, and they charged people $30 for it.
Jeez, $30?
Yes. This
Yeah.
was an
Like
expensive.
crazy.
This was an expensive expansion, and what sucks is the one that came before it, the Taken King, was the one everybody loved, and that's where everybody fell back in love with Destiny again. And then this Rise of Iron shit, they brought back an enemy from early in the game, so people aren't too happy about it. Cool. All right, let's keep moving. I'm going to do the last one here on the list. Quantum Break, that game that was the first Windows 10 crossover, actually just got released on Steam. So if you don't have Windows
Wow.
10, you can now play Quantum Break for $39.99 on Steam.
Didn't look that great.
No, it's not.
Game doesn't look great, but that's
It's
kind of
basically like playing a movie. You know, you don't do much.
But with really shitty gameplay in between.
Well, it's from the makers of Fahrenheit and Heavy Rain. Now, I've got to say those games are
Heavy Rain was
really, really great choose-your-own-adventure games. All right, if you're looking for games with good gameplay, don't get them. They're actually on par to the Telltale games, right? But it's like Telltale games with amazing graphics and an awesome story. All right. So they're definitely way better than Telltale games, in my opinion. But yeah, no, don't get it if you're looking for gameplay.
No, Heavy Rain's a game where if the dude just knew how to watch his kid, the whole game would.
You know, that's easy for you to say, but I mean, dude had some serious brain issues. Like, he was hit by a car in the face and shit. He would black out and just be unconscious for like 10 hours at a time.
That was after he lost the kid.
Yeah, that was after his first kid died. You're right. After his first kid ran away and died, yeah, then he had the brain issues, and then his second kid got snatched. You know, you're right. He's a horrible dad. In retrospect, he let both of his kids disappear. Yeah, bad dad, worst dad.
He's not good at it.
I mean,
You had one job.
Here's the last story I got for us, and this was actually, in my opinion, pretty cool. J.J. Abrams is meeting with Valve to further discuss the Portal movie project. Yes. Earlier this year, Star Wars director J.J. Abrams confirmed that Portal and Half-Life movies are on the way. He is working with Valve to make a Portal movie and a Half-Life movie.
That's
Portal's coming first, and he's thinking that the first teaser trailer is going to be very soon. IGN asked if the movies will be continuations of the games or reboots, and he said nothing.
It should not be reboots of the games. No, it should have some shit to do with like Aperture Labs and everything, and how they create the portals, and maybe the government agency comes in and kills everybody and steals the technology, some shit like that. But no, should it be like the game? Hell no. No, the Half-Life movie.
Solving puzzles for
I know, right? What kind of movie is that? What kind of movie would that be? Half-Life movie, however, now that I'm putting my money on right now. That has potential to be the best video game movie that we've ever seen.
I agree with that.
It's the fact that J.J. Abrams is taking it on.
Yep. And the fact that it's got it's an amazing project to begin with. Half-Life is actually great. It's a really, really great game, solid story, amazing characters. And if they can portray all of that on the big screen with the help of J.J. Abrams, which he doesn't really fuck things up.
He's got
It's
to
gonna be
prove to us,
epic.
though, that he can sell a movie to both appease the gamers and the random crowd. Because I understand, like, if my mom went and saw the brand new Portal movie, knowing nothing about Portal before, it would probably be really crazy and interesting, seeing Portal for the first time. Like, what those guns do. But
I think that's a stupid idea. Portal movie, like, come on, dude. There's not enough there for a movie. The whole thing about Portal is awesome.
Not about it depends on like what Jason said, the lab, the Aperture Labs. It'll be more than just.
I don't know. I wish they would just leave the games as games. Honestly,
I agree with you there,
Too much
Steve.
money.
There are plenty of good games that would make horrible movies, and I'm kind of thinking Portal's one of them. Like, and I don't even really like Portal to begin with, but I think that's going to be a really bad movie. They're going to have to change it completely. The only thing that is going to have to be the same is a portal gun. That's it, and then it's going to be an entirely different fucking story.
like
Otherwise, it's gonna
I
fail.
don't know. Like I love Portal. Portal 2 is one of my favorite games ever, and I would not go see the movie.
That sounds like a bad idea. They're just trying to cash in
Yeah.
on a really old idea at this point.
I'm on Eric's side. I like J.J. Abrams and him creating a Portal movie. I think special effects and shit are gonna be great. I'm looking forward
I
to it.
can't tell you. I don't know who J.J. Abrams, like, what did he make?
Star Trek, dude. The last three Star Trek movies.
And Star.
Oh, I don't know. I don't fucking know. I didn't like the last Star Wars, man. They ended it in the right when it finally got somewhere. It was all filler.
That's how it
And the
goes.
dude, hey, hang on now. The dude's a fucking Sith master, and he can't even kill some like guy that shoots a blaster who just picks up a lightsaber and all of a sudden is godlike. Just choke the motherfucker, you know? I don't get it. Whatever.
Oh, are you
Okay.
talking about that last fight in Star Wars?
Yeah,
where,
Tangents.
Fucking Professor Snape's kid doesn't just choke the motherfucker when he's got the chance.
He wanted him to make him feel like he had a chance, because it's the ultimate torture. It's continuing to fight when you have no chance.
I don't know, man.
Dude, you just gotta, I don't know. It's Star Wars. It was awesome. Shut your mouth. Kyle,
Yes,
you're still here, right?
I'm definitely here, man.
Okay, well, the Colonel's Dollar Store Minute needs a host, and if you weren't here, We weren't
I'm
sure what
motherfucking
we were
here.
gonna do.
I got the dollar store. I didn't get to check it out. Mike's fan will hate me, but I'm not doing the Harambe game. I might do that next week. But we're going to talk about an old school game that I played on the SNES called Final Fight, the original. This game was so much fun back in the day. I remember playing it so many times and still not beating it. I probably sucked as a kid, but it's just a side scroller, beat 'em up. You're either Cody or Hager. If you did not know that Hager from Marvel Capcom 3, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, he is actually from Final Fight originally way back in the day, and I'm very excited to get to play this game after the podcast because there's so much nostalgia with it. I played it so many times. You've got a good amount of moves, and the AI, which we'll probably talk about later, is solid. They're not scrubs, and you've got like a breakout move. You can grab the enemies and then chuck them if you're Cody, or if you're the big man, you could literally jump with them and pile drive them into the ground. Oh, it was so much fun. It's such a challenging game.
The big man? Come on, dude. It's Cody, Guy, and Hagar.
No, I'm talking about the old Super Run. And here's some history facts. They made two versions of Final Fight for the SNES. They had the original one with Guy and Hager. Literally, a character's name was Guy, which he's actually now in Street Fighter games. But then they had the game that I apparently had. I didn't learn this until forever because I didn't know the internet back then. I had Cody and Hager. Cody is like a half-assed, way shittier version of Guy, which is almost bullshit. But when they moved it over to America, they changed it from Guy to Cody, and he's just worse.
Well,
He doesn't.
They're training buddies. Cody's girlfriend is the main girl who gets kidnapped in the storyline, and Guy is his sparring partner, and so he comes to help him try to get his girlfriend back. Hagar is the mayor, who is the father of the girl who gets kidnapped.
Right. The funny premise, the funny premise of the game story is straight up, you're the new mayor. The thugs call you up and they're like, hey, why don't you just be a nice little mayor like the old mayor and just let us do our thing and we won't kill your daughter that we just kidnapped. And he's like, I ain't taking that shit. Goes in and he just kicks their ass. It's seriously an intensely hard game, and like I said, I will be playing it after the podcast. And yeah, Final Fight.
Cutscene, didn't he flex and then his suit just fell off of him?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I didn't watch the entire cutscene, but he should. He should. But
What version are you playing?
the SNES, the one with just Cody and Hager.
Do they have net play in that one?
No, this game was not co-op. I've
Second
tried.
or third one was.
The third one was co-op, but this one was not.
I'm pretty sure they all were.
This one was not. We had two controllers
I know
into the
we
Super
couldn't
Super
play that
Nintendo, and there was no second player.
That's why we could never beat it, Jason, because I'm sitting there behind Kyle yelling at him.
Just
no,
head
he's
out.
gonna do that. No, he's gonna do that.
It was ridiculous. But yes, I will be playing that after the stream, like I said, and that is a completely free game. Final Fight, you just got to get the Super Nintendo emulator and just download it. Shit's free on the internet. And that's the dollar store.
That was a long minute. But thank you for your dollar store minute. That was nice.
Same information you can find in the 1994 edition of Nintendo Power. When the game
That-
fucking came out.
That's true. Steve, fuck you. It's halftime.
I wanted to hear about Harambe.
You know what? I didn't get it to work, and I had too much shit to do. You know, some of us got homework and jobs and shit.
It's
so
not
fuck
even an
you.
emulator game. You just download it and play it.
Yeah, I got it. I didn't play it, so I didn't want to talk about it.
Calm the fuck down, nerds. Time for
You're a nerd.
halftime. All right. Yeah, that was a good first half, but we're gonna be right back. So, Irrelevant Gamers discuss. Please stay tuned. The second half's gonna be wild. Be right back.
Yeah.
It's gonna be wild.
Mike Spam dropping the fucking bombs.
You know, Mike Spam, just a hater.
You can ban him. Yeah.
I'm
Could.
gonna be right back.
Timed him out.
For 600 seconds? Jesus.
I just hit the quick timeout button, and apparently it was 600 seconds.
Mike Spam, can I like untime you out?
I don't know how to do that. So that's what you get.
10 minutes. Just sit there and think.
God
about it.
damn, dude. You just
That's what
fucking-
you get.
We're gonna have time. You're gonna have time, apparently. I only meant it to be really short, but apparently that's what happened.
Alright, I'll be back in a few.
Mike Spam, I might have changed it to 2 seconds. Try it, but
Oh, you
I think I might have just added another 2 seconds on. Damn, dude. Get wrecked, Mike Spam.
That, you know?
Oh, there he is.
Unfollowing.
Yep.
That's what you get. I'm gonna add a new role to the Discord for Mike Spam, and it's gonna have one channel. It's gonna say nobody cares. Wrecked.
You know what? If you could actually figure out how to do that, I would allow it.
I need to grab some more beers. Wait,
Yo,
actually,
so,
let me
what's up,
quit.
stream? How should we fuck with fats?
Literally, my kitchen is not very far, and I didn't get up. So wow, just wow. This guy. All right, I have to be actually.
VP, how are you? How was your day? I saw you playing Rocket League. I can't play Rocket League anymore. Apparently, I just suck now. Also, guys, it's Mike Spam's birthday today, so can we get a little birthday hype in the chat? Can we get a Feels birthday man in the chat for Mike Spam? Mike Spam's gonna celebrate his birthday tomorrow by being drunk. Yo, Mike Spam, hit me up. I'll give you his address. Actually, you know, I don't even know his address. Actually, I might know his address. Wow, VP, you can't even get a Fields birthday man for Mike Spam. He turns like 35 today. Yo, what kind of pizza? That birthday pizza?
I want pizza.
So nice eating again. You should have put tomato soup on it or dunked it in tomato soup.
He's
Alright,
like,
VP.
what the hell are you even talking about? You should throw rubber chickens at his face. Start mailing a new colorful dildo to his house every month. Mike Spam, I know you can't actually do that.
Oh, I told him I'd give you his address.
Oh, thanks, Steve. I don't even think you know what that is. You might. You probably do.
You know, I thought that too, and then I realized it's probably in my Google map.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Yo, Mike Spam, you just need a solid grilled cheese to go with that tomato soup, alright? Wine. VP, are you a red or white kind of person, or both?
Yeah, I'm a neither.
I am back.
Eric's back. Yay.
Yo, I like in the show notes. There's like literally nothing in the second half.
Yeah, it's almost more like a hockey game than time. Yeah, they take the longer break after the second period.
Not a racist like you. Well, I don't like white wine, so there you go. Fuck the white.
Wow. Steve, am I gonna have to ban you?
Ban me, bitch. Actually, I don't think you can ban me. I'm a moderator.
I'm pretty sure I could unmod you and then ban you.
Yeah, you'd have. Yep. Yeah, you could do that.
Yep.
Advisor, I don't know what you mean. VP, please. I bet you VP doesn't. Nah, she probably likes white wine. She likes sweet thing.
Sweet Caroline. Bum, bum, bum. Good times never seem so something. Drink
So
beer.
good.
Drink
So
beer.
good.
Drink beer. I remix songs. Ba, ba.
That just reminds me of the football games.
Yeah, I don't know why that came into my head.
So from the Badger games.
Yeah, I know. I just don't know why it came into my head.
Are you guys doing crosstalk?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like how it's just turned into crosstalk.
Yeah. Steve's
don't-
gonna
you don't
talk
get
about
it.
something. I mean, the colonel doesn't need to be there.
Just
Not at
crosstalk.
all.
Yes, VP, that's a good start. I love dry. It's got to be dry red wine for me. Like
wow.
Merlot's, Cab Sauv. I like. So there's some good blends too.
Anyone heard that? That was
Oh,
me
Mike's band,
successfully
classic.
figuring out Harambe versus Capcom. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to run it though. I mean, get my controller synced.
The 970 might not be enough.
Yeah, I know, right?
That shit's loud, man.
I know. I got it.
Yeah.
That was so loud.
Clubs are off. This is a story
Killing your
about an
viewers.
inglorious group of immoral
Don't worry about it. I'm trying to figure this out. It's halftime. I don't even know. Okay, I gotta use like.
Yeah. Bandits. Clubs are off. Faker, that's my whoa. We be running deep, running deep. Goro, that's my whoa. We be running deep, running deep. Saggy, that's my whoa.
I don't know how do you select my character. This game's broken already.
Still feel like it's loud.
Well, either way, I can't. I don't know how you get this controller synced for that shit. That's gonna take some effort.
ASL.
I couldn't figure it out. Oh, nice. My coworker is going to school for sign language.
Oh, American Sign Language? Oh, I thought she meant age, sex, location. You know?
No,
Like the
not at all, because I know the acronym. It's fucking American Sign Language.
I was like, you don't know his age or his location. What are you talking about?
You don't know
Mike
me.
Bibb.
Oh, Mrs. Pancakes.
Mike's Bibb knows.
Don't be doing that. Age, sex, location. Good spelling. God damn it, Steve. F-16 your house. F-16 your mom. Burn! Let's listen to a Skeezy song. What's a good one? Grounded. You're grounded.
Yo, Mike Spam, I believe it's 2003 sometime. And we are in a chat room.
Steve
What the fuck
doesn't
are you
know
talking
how time works.
about? We are in a chat room. Oh, you guys remember MSN Messenger, like those, like the games you could play while you were talking to people?
Oh, I used to love that, like, it was like Minesweeper, but it was like combined, like co-op. Or against your opponent, like tag the mines thing.
I remember there was like a rock, paper, scissors, but it was like a fighting game. Where like you threw punches and stuff.
Did not play that.
You didn't play the good ones then, obviously.
I played the Minesweeper game. I'm like a fiend at Minesweeper.
Got a weird phone call from a phone.
Of course you did, Mike Spam. Of course.
Yo, Mike Spam, I wasn't like 30 when MSN Messenger was out like you, so I couldn't really be a creeper.
I don't know. 414
What are you mumbling over there, Eric?
I had a weird phone number call me 2 minutes ago.
Yo, I did too. It was from Wisconsin.
Odd. 414870.
No, it was 262. Which is weird that it was 262 because I don't know who it would have been besides one of you fucks. I'm not older than you, Mike Spam. Don't be a douche. You're like 35.
37 by my calculations. I know trees.
Where'd Jason go?
That's what I'm wondering.
3930.
Did we just lose him? Did he just ghost? He's out. Should I check my phone for texts from Jason saying I'm dead? No. He didn't text me.
The second half of the show's not going to take very long.
As I say, I've seen
don't
this
have
whole
much.
game played. Do I have to watch the trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright,
watch
Steve.
the trailer.
I'm not picking it. I'm not researching on it. There's a lot of games to look at. And I do actually watch quite a few trailers each week. Trying to pick.
Yeah, no, Mike Spam. No.
I thought this game looked cool, except for there's one part I don't like about
Fury?
it. Yeah.
Which part?
The boss health bars.
Oh,
I
wow.
don't like when you drain it all the way down and then it refills.
You start a new state.
I'm back. I took the full 10 minutes. Sorry, but
He's like, I got it on a watch. It was 10 minutes
Yeah.
straight up.
it was.
Facts.
Each box is a stage.
No, I know. It just stages didn't vary that much.
Are you ready
No,
to
you
start
didn't
half number
Just
2?
one
Arc?
big health bar. I like that better. Are we all ready to do this?
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't even leave.
yeah, we've been here.
Yeah.
I took a piss, got a beer, got a second beer. We're ready to go.
Yo, my shit's broke. This happened to me yesterday. I can't load this YouTube video. Couldn't load Mike Spam's YouTube videos either.
Weird.
Huh. All right, ready,
gonna
Eric?
count it
Start it
down.
up.
Yeah, I'm ready. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to Irrelevant Gamers Discuss. It's trailer time.
Trailer time!
Jesus.
I know Kyle's excited about trailers.
Drive time!
Oh, God.
Excited for that shit. Hell yeah, I love it. What are we watching this week, Eric? Go.
Alright, this game is called Fury or Fury.
It's
I'm
Fury.
not sure.
Führer.
It's spelled with an I though. It makes me want to say Fury. Fury.
Führer.
It's rated M, 17 plus for mature.
Yes. So for all of you who don't know, what we do every week here on Irrelevant Gamers Discuss is we boot up a trailer for all four of us to watch. We watch it together, we react, and then after that we try to explain to audio listeners what we just saw. So if everybody's got the video ready, I'm gonna count us down and we're gonna go on go.
Ready?
There's
I'm
one.
watching it on Skaz's stream because I can't load it.
Okay.
Couldn't get past the age barrier. Yeah.
You are too young to watch this trailer.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Ooh. That's some hip music.
Dude, the music in this game was like the best part of this game, honestly.
I know I'm gonna have to buy it for the soundtrack.
Oh, you're gonna rage so hard, dude.
Ooh. So it's a fighting game, it looks like. Crazy neon graphic kind of style.
This just came out too. I saw this on Steam.
Yeah,
It's been a few months now.
Oh, it's like climb the tower and get to the tower.
No, it's all fights. It's just boss fights.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah. And it's hard. I watched a playthrough of it, and
It looks sweet.
It's really
it was
hard.
really cool. But you rage. You definitely rage.
Even the first boss.
I don't rage. I laugh.
I'm looking at this shit. It looks cool. It's got a sweet protagonist. He's got a badass sword.
Yeah, I figure he kind of looks like the Nameless King without his armor.
Yeah, he does with a katana.
It's a really cool game, I have to say.
That guy's fighting with an oar. This is like Soul Calibur shit. That's a paddle for a. It's a giant oar. That's my weapon. Okay, okay.
Yeah, I
Most
thought.
Japanese swordsmen ever used to fight with an oar.
And it has a parry. Skaz, just
Oh, parry's important in fighting games. Very important.
It does. And there's like that orange circle around them that means they're stunned, right?
I gotta say, that looked pretty good, man.
That
no,
was
the
fun.
game is really. Like I said, I watched them play through it, the whole thing, and it is.
You gotta
I mean,
be fast.
Did they beat it in 5 hours?
It's like a Twitch fighter.
5 hours? I don't know. I think it took. I mean, you get stuck on a boss for at least
Days.
Days.
the last boss.
they have like 5 to 10 stages each.
Oh wow.
They're
The last boss
they're
in the
pretty
game.
intense.
Extra, and it's the most ridiculous boss fight I've ever seen in my life.
How do you like heal in this game? I mean, you watched
You
it.
don't.
You don't.
You just don't. You just go until it's over.
Well, you get I think 4 life bars or something, and when you lose your life bar, the boss's life bar goes back to full. Every time you take out the boss's life bar, he goes into his next stage, so he'll have a certain amount of boxes underneath his life bar. And so, say he'll have 3 boxes. If you take his health down all the way, it'll go to the second box. Then he kills you, so then you go down to your second box. And if he kills you all the way, then you have to start over from the beginning of the fight.
Oh damn. That
Yeah,
looks
it's
like
kinda
graphically.
a
I loved it.
Tug of war sort of deal. But you're fighting for stages of the fight.
Yeah.
It looks amazing. I'm
No.
reading a lot of good reviews on it.
Yeah, I recommend that game.
It
I
looks
haven't
like my
played
kinda
it
game.
personally, but I can tell just by watching it that it's a really good game.
Yeah, that's my kind of game.
To describe the art style to the audio listeners, kind of to me, a lot of reds and pastel type shades.
Yeah, it's very colorful.
Art.
Very
Right.
What's pastel mean?
Means art
Know what a
words.
pastel is. Never mind. It's a texture. Never mind.
Doesn't look like pastries.
If you don't know, I'm not
Pastel
trying to
pastry.
do art class.
Y'all have a croissant, man. If you
Yeah, trust me, you don't want to eat a pastel.
No.
But yeah, it's a top-down, sometimes over-the-shoulder type action fighter. You're a crazy, long, white-haired ninja with a katana, and I'm assuming you kind of progressively get more combos and attacks as you go through.
Yeah, is there any type of level up?
I don't think so. It's
Yeah,
just
so-
fighting
Boss
different.
Boss fights.
fighting different bosses, and in between each boss, there's a little bit of story where you're just walking, and there's a guy in a rabbit mask that kind of he just talks to you the whole time. Your character doesn't talk like at all, I don't think,
Nice.
and
Link.
kind of talks to you while you're walking.
And he
Yeah, you don't get
explains
the
what the
full
boss is.
you don't really even know what you're doing until the end, kind of. So
That's a good way to present a story, I think. The graphics look great. And
the
moves-
music is so good, and the music in between stages is so good, and the voice acting of the rabbit guy while you're walking, I mean, it really does drag you in. You want to know what happens after the next fight.
Sounds good. Well, that was
I might
Fury. Fury?
seriously think
Furry?
about this.
Scary, yeah.
But yeah, it looks really hard. There's a lot of particle or projectile type stuff that these bosses are throwing at you, and you got to be very specific about your dodges.
Yeah,
Um,
it looks very, very hard.
and yes, it seems like you're going to have to die a few times at each boss to progressively learn their new stage movesets.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because holy
That's what
shit!
it looks
Even that first boss is what I watched. The first boss fight. He starts throwing these projectiles at you that cover the entire screen, and you gotta know based on what color of the projectile the ones you can destroy and the ones you can't, and you have to weave your way through this maze.
So
of
you should see the fucking
laser balls thrown at you, and I'm like, this is the first boss.
the extra
I'm dead
final
here.
boss.
I'm dead here.
Well, they better have a colorblind mode or I'm fucked.
Yeah,
No, you're fucked, dude. No, yeah.
It's
That's way too bright.
Damn it. That's some shit.
for people with epilepsy, and I do not recommend this game.
Yeah.
It's lots of flashing lights.
Or people that get angry and smash controllers, I also do not recommend.
That's probably smart.
It's a lot of gamers. But alright, yeah, that was trailer time.
That was trailer time. Now we're gonna move on to Let's Discuss, because we are the Irrelevant Gamers Discuss podcast. So we gotta talk about a topic. And
Now let's discuss some shit.
I was
Yeah.
wondering where I was.
This week's topic is video game AI, and Steve nicely put it earlier that I have to use the words video game AI specifically, otherwise we would be talking about a completely different subject.
Yep.
Jason's agreeing because Jason's a scientist.
Yep.
Fuck yeah, he is.
So we're going to talk specifically just about video game AI, or another good word for it is what did you say, virtual AI?
Well, virtual intelligence,
Virtual yeah,
Or
VI.
what about CPU?
that's what makes your computer run.
No, wait, what was that? They had it in there. Either way, acronyms. I was thinking of something else. Either way, let's go.
All
Who's
right,
got
Kyle, I want you to start. Tell us about
the retard who just retarded all over the situation? Okay. Awesome. I'll start, everyone. All right. So I struggled with this, coming to think of this until I started asking Joe shit. But I just thought of like really, really hard video game computer players, AIs, whatever the fuck you call them. I was thinking Street Fighter 2 back in the day on the SNES. Sagat and Bison were probably the all-time most ridiculous enemies ever to fight. Like their moveset was ridiculous. I could not. The AI in that, you couldn't beat them. They countered every single move you try to do. You jump at him, he does the uppercut. You throw a fireball, he's already in your face with that. You just couldn't beat him. That shit pissed me off.
when you could beat him.
Well, yeah, I did beat the game, but I'm just saying it was insane.
No,
That's the thing, I mean-
so that's a good. Those are good AIs.
I'd say it was good, but almost to the point where it wasn't good was Sagat. That's just, throw your controller out the window, shit.
I got an example of bad AIs. A lot of those fucking Skyrim characters.
Huh. Yeah.
Damn. Even the ones where you got to finish the dialogue and that triggers them to actually go do something so the quest can progress, and then you finish the dialogue and then they just stand there and stare at you. It's
Dude, that's just Skyrim in general. The AI
Yeah.
in Skyrim is really, really bad. It's all
I
over
wouldn't
the
call that an AI
Walking
though.
on the
That's just like
walls
an
and shit.
NPC where they have a designated route. I wouldn't
Yeah.
say that that's
You're,
not.
no, you're right. That's
Yeah.
routes.
They don't. Yeah, I guess they don't really have to react to anything. There's no
Okay.
situation that could change to where the AI.
Yeah, when you hit them with the sword, it's not like they like move or hit you. Or it's.
But still, even those enemies, man.
All right, you know what? I'll tell you my favorite AI I've ever seen in any game. And I bring this series up a lot during these damn podcasts.
I
but
wonder if it's Metal Gear.
Solid. Again, you already knew. You already knew. All right, man. So like, these guys will listen for your footprints. Or sorry, not your footprint. They'll look for your footprints. They'll listen for you walking around. Any noise you make, they will hear you. You can knock on walls to kind of distract them to a different area and then choke them out. You can hide from them in like closets and cardboard boxes and shit. But like if the cardboard box is in the wrong area, say like if you're trying to hide in a desert cardboard box and you're in a facility, they'll see right through that and start shooting the cardboard box up. It's amazing some of the things that they actually let you do in that series, and the AI is just on top of it. They'll call in for support once they realize where you are. They'll try to flank you, outmaneuver you, use flashbangs and smoke grenades on you. Just everything, you name it. I think that series really nails AI. It makes you feel like you're fighting some real soldiers, as much as it's going to in a video game setting, of course.
Nice.
Yeah. It all depends on how you program them. I mean, I've programmed AI. Well, I guess AI. One of them was a machine learning AI for like chess, and you would play, say, 1 million games of chess and let it learn itself what the moves that won the game were and what the moves that lost the game were. And you'd actually kind of let it learn by itself on how to play. I didn't actually program it how to play chess. I programmed it how to learn how to play chess by trial and error. And so you have kind of different versions how you want how you want to go about having your AI learn. And a lot of these guys, the worst thing is when they cheat, right? When they give these AI abilities to do things that the player can't, and that's how they make them hard. They let them do things that the player can't do, and I think that's bad, right? I think that's a bad way to do it. But to make them hard, like Fats was saying, computers are fast, right? They're so fast. They're way faster than any human can be. So if you actually program them to directly counter anything the user does, like Fats was pointing out in Street Fighter, they would be unbeatable. There's absolutely no way you could beat them. It would be impossible. So you almost have to program the AIs to be dumb, or at least be slow. You have to program them to be slow. Otherwise, I mean, it's easier to program an AI that could just kick your ass every time rather than program an AI that's beatable,
Yeah.
So I think it's cool. It's a lot of hard work, and I think the thing that takes the thing that I'm most impressed about are like our bosses, like Dark Souls bosses, Dark Souls enemies. All those, they're for the most part are programmed pretty well, but the bosses themselves take a lot of time, and I don't know if they directly react to what you do, which is why that was our debate about them actually being artificial intelligence. But I don't know. I wouldn't know because I didn't program them.
Right.
It's
Oh,
interesting.
Dark Souls 3 had one of my examples of an AI that didn't work too well, and that's those. And this might actually be more part of the actual map building with invisible walls. I'm not sure, but there is, the 3 Angel Knights that if you kill them, you get the slab.
Yeah.
The 3 real fat gold, black, or gold.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
Pretty
about.
much right
Big
before
gold
Prince,
people.
Lorian, yeah.
Yeah, well, anyways, you can actually just lead them down the stairwell that you use to get up there. Not the actual stairwell, but there's 4 little stairs that go further up the dome. And they got railings on them. So if you just wrap yourself around the railing and then attack them as one of them's following you down there, he will constantly attack you from the other side of that railing, and they do all these crazy aerial attacks at you, and he can't get over that railing, and he won't just walk around. So you hit him, and then you back up, and then you hit him, and he never touches you.
And that's why, I find it weird that they call them AI when they're really, because an AI would learn that there's a wall there and it would adjust accordingly.
Yeah, but some games have gotten really good at that. Like Necropolis had this problem. Like it was huge. Like the enemies, you could literally just run them into even tiny objects and just have him endlessly looking like he's sprinting at you, even though he's not. He's just standing in place, to be honest, because he's running at a ledge that he can't just step over. But now, if you play Necropolis, the enemies all do stop and they find a new route around, and they figured it out.
I mean, it's kind of something that's surprising that they don't put more of in, because it's computer science 101, going through a maze. When you hit a wall, you have to do something and you have to figure out the next bit. It's like programming a fucking Roomba.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something that you kind of surprised that they would just add kind of as a tool for that AI to have, is that maze finding algorithm. So I don't know, it's kind of strange, and I think it depends on how they want the enemies, if they want them to be able to be cheesed or not.
How are the Forza AIs? How are the your opponents in the races?
Yeah, so the Forza uses each AI is linked to a gamer tag, and that's gamers' driving tendencies are then kind of put into the AIs. I don't know. I haven't really noticed a big difference.
I'm just talking about single player, just racing against.
Yeah, but those are in single player you race against those AIs.
So it's
They
kind
all
of
have gamer tags.
it's kind of a game that you kind of always want to be online with.
I don't even know you can play it when you're not online.
Oh.
I don't know. I guess you could. I don't know. I'm on a computer. I'm always online. But I don't know. I don't notice a big difference, I guess. So, but yeah, I mean that's the thing is if you
get too far behind,
not
it all
have
slow
AI
down.
for a racing game, like I said, computers are so good. You could program them to always know exactly how to turn on every course, and they could be unbeatable. So you actually have to fine-tune program to make them stupid.
Yep.
Well,
The ability to make
Some of the old
mistakes.
games actually do that, make it so you literally had to spin the computer out at least once, or you would never beat it because it ran the fastest
Yeah, I'm sure there's games. 'Cause
point
It's,
from A to B.
it's easier to make to program an AI to be really good than it is to make one that's dumb. Because computers aren't dumb. Computers don't make mistakes. So you have to program it to make mistakes.
all right.
That
Well,
makes
I
sense.
want to throw in an example of a game where you kind of program the AI yourself, because the AI are your companions. I mean, you think of AI, they're enemies. You also got your own teammates who usually fuck shit up when they're AI. But I can think of a great example of a good system. Final Fantasy XII had a great party system. They called it like a gambit system.
Yep.
And then if you scanned an enemy, like used a specific move that was scanned, then that enemy would pretty much be scanned forever. It's in your like logs. And then you set the gambits, like if you knew that this enemy was weak to fire, you could set your mage that you're not controlling. You only control one of the 3 characters. You could set your mage like, all right, you know that thing's weak to fire, so use fucking fire on it, or fire, or all those spells. You pretty much set up your team, your AI team, to do what you want them to do based on the scenario. And I think that they did it perfectly in terms of a co-op one. I mean, that was such a cool idea to shake up the Final Fantasy series, and I loved it.
I agree. Final
Dragon-
Fantasy 12 was revolutionary for that. It was good.
Yeah, Dragon's Dogma does it really good too. That party system, because there's an extra. It's one of the bumper buttons during combat. You just press it. Your character, say you're getting your ass kicked and you're low on health. You just press it, and your character will call out for help. And the healing mage will run over and heal you, and the other, like your warrior guy, will literally come and stand next to you and put his shield up. And
Yeah.
that's a
You know,
great
I-
system.
It's similar, but I think Final Fantasy 12 was the one that took it to the extra notch. I mean, you straight up set a list of like 10 plus different scenarios. It's like if character is low, if your personal character is below, like in the red health, or you're about to die, you could set your healer to heal you, and that would be like their top command. And then when that if statement is never freaking active, it'd go through their normal, all right, if it's weak to fire, hit it with fire. You know, if none of these occur, just fucking attack it. You know, don't be worthless. And it was insane the way they did it. I fucked around with that a lot, and you could really spec your characters around those giant fights where it's a huge boss. It's like status bombing you with all these effects. You get your healing character to heal everyone if you're blinded, if you're all that. It was awesome. You almost had to spec your system for each fight, and it was cool.
Yeah, you're just inputting code at certain priorities, which, like I said, I mean, if they wanted to, they could literally program that stuff perfectly. If you're fighting an enemy that's weak, it'll always hit it with its weakness.
But see, that was the point of the game, was that you set it up yourself. You had to do that.
Exactly, because otherwise, they could make it super easy.
Well,
And do it yourself, but they want to give the user that feeling of control, and I think that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't have anything else to say about video game AI, guys.
No, we pretty
Just
much
a
killed
quick
that.
touch on, I think the follow missions in Skyrim are the most bullshit, annoying quests ever. It's not that they're broken or hard. It's just, all right, can you walk a little faster? Come on,
that's-
dog. Get there.
That's just bad pathing, though. That has nothing to do with the AI programming.
But that's part of AI. I don't know.
Well, he went and fought an enemy, and then he got stuck in a rock. That stupid dog Daedric quest. I had to wait like 2 minutes before I could finally get him out of the rock. He's just spasming back and forth. But I think that's just glitches. That's just
Bad
something you gotta
pathing.
patch and fix. But yeah.
But I would like to end the discussion on Steve's point, where obviously the guys who created the game can make their AIs destroy you, but
Easily.
it's about the tough part is making it fair and dumbing these AI down to where a human character, it's just balancing, lots of balancing. How fast will it follow you? How much will it ease off of you if you have low health, stuff like that. Like, I know old Mario Kart games, if you wiped out and got super far behind, all the cars slowed down. Let you catch back
I
up.
know, man. And then you suddenly get the freaking lightning bolt and the star and the infinite mushroom, like every time.
Oh yeah.
That was
family.
one of the projects in my artificial intelligence class was to program an easy, a medium, and a hard AI, and it was so hard, man, to do that. Just because, what makes a medium, what makes an easy, and actually dumbing it down to a certain level. So it's hard. It is really hard.
Definitely. All right, well, that is the end of Let's Discuss. Let's keep it rolling. We're going to let Steve and Kyle take the reins in Colonel Crosstalk. Take it away.
Yes. Oh, I am excited for this because me and Joe just had a blast watching all this. But what has happened is the new Twitch category has happened. So Twitch, it's the gaming service you're clearly on right now if you're watching, or that's what I stream to. It's all video games and streaming games. They've now added this new side category tab where if you click on it, it's called the Creative tab. And you click on that, and then there's all sorts of different, I've got this interesting like hashtag system where you click on a different category and then it like hashtags your game like that. But there's music, there's people making glass work. This guy was hilarious. It is so much fun. Like people drawing, and I mean, you can make the argument, it's not video games, it shouldn't be on Twitch, but should Twitch branch out? I mean, Steve, what do you think about the creative tab?
Well, I mean, now I have a place to do my finger paints.
Exactly.
I like it, but it kind of does go against what Twitch is, because, hear me out, Justin TV, right? Like, Jay, do you know Justin TV?
Yeah, he's the one who started it all. Twitch history.
So Justin TV used to be a place where you could kind of just stream anything. And gaming just happened to get big off of it, and they branched the gaming off and made Twitch.tv. And it kind of seems like they're doing a full circle back to Justin TV, where you can kind of stream anything. But I don't know. I think it's interesting that they did separate it pretty well in that section, I guess. But yeah, I like it. I think it's nice.
It's kind of like
really
beta
cool stuff,
right now.
Talented people. I don't think you could not like it. But it's, if you don't want it, if you just want to stick to the gaming, then it's not like the creative stuff is in the normal Twitch gaming area. So I think it's cool.
Yeah, I honestly love it. I never knew when it came up, but this is just the first I've noticed it. I mean, and it was me and Joe really just dove into it for like 30 minutes, and we're just kind of entranced at how many different actual categories there are. I mean, there's glass work. This guy was straight up. He had the torch. He had like a camera up here showing him and his face. Then he had a camera down showing his work. It really laid out. This other guy was playing Rocksmith, which was like a Guitar Hero type game, but with an actual legitimate guitar, and he was just jamming. It was like one of the greatest streamers I've ever seen. It was great. This one girl, it was making us laugh because we couldn't tell if she was legitimately at work working and decided to throw up her stream, or if she was just had that weird mentality. I mean, she's like, yeah, I game design. I game design. That's just what my job is. I work for this company. But it looked like she was straight up sitting at her desk, working and streaming at the same time.
Yeah.
It so branches. There was a guy who was just sitting there writing code, developing a game. You got the game in the left. He's just typing the code. And me and Joe had this interesting conversation. I mean, if you're like a coder like that and you can actually do to Twitch and you're developing games, you could literally have your chat, they're trying to help you. Oh, you fucked up there, or you got to help there. You get like a good community following going, and you're almost all making a game at the same time, and you got your Twitch chat helping you, making sure you're doing things, giving you ideas. I think this is just awesome. I'm going to spend a lot of time on the creative tab. Super fun.
I don't... Going from coding, having people watch you code is probably the most stressful, annoying thing I could ever think of doing. Saying, because everyone has their own style of coding, and you're always gonna get that asshole in there that just says you're doing everything.
Oh yeah. That's like Twitch in general. It's like
yeah,
trying to avoid
it's-
drawful dicks.
I remember before the creative tab or whatever, you used to be able to do that kind of stuff if it was gaming related. So I used to watch this. I can't remember the name. I wish I could plug his channel. But he would do sculptures, and they were really, really good gaming sculptures. Like he would sculpt them out with some kind of clay and everything, let them harden, and then he'd paint them. And man, it was just, I couldn't believe it.
You know what's funny? Me and Joe literally watched a guy make this insane sculpture. It's there now.
Yeah.
It has its own category. I don't know when it really, like the initial, like, all right, here's the category. But it's cool stuff. There's literally a lot of stuff there. If you're artsy, that's where all the art is. This one person was like building a robot that was going to like fight other robots. I mean, you can straight up put that on
Like
Twitch
Mega
now. Like a battle bot.
Like
No, Mega Man was made to fight the artificial intelligence, man.
Mm,
He is the robot. The robot to end all robots.
Exactly. But I'm loving the creative tab. I think Steve's in agreement, and you guys should check it out. I might even try, and I used to draw. I might try some some interesting webcam, watch me draw some crazy shit kind of thing. But we'll see. We'll see.
I'm gonna finger paint.
Yeah, me and Steve are gonna have an art session. He'll be on the left half, I'll be on the right half, and we'll be drawing and then you guys can vote on our picture. We'll do something fun with it. We're gonna put the Colonel Cross page into the creative tab somehow. But
Yo,
yeah.
I was gonna say the only time you're ever gonna see me draw is on Drawful. Don't.
Oh yeah, that's true. But yeah, obviously you guys check it out. But yeah, that is the Colonel Cross. That's the new Twitch category. I don't know how new, but I noticed it.
It's been there for a little while, but recently, yes, a lot of different hobbies have been popping up. Very different hobbies. One girl was one of the top streamers. She was making Christmas ornaments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm not really sure if that's.
If it's the right platform, I mean, when you think
Yeah.
Twitch, you think video games. When you think creative
They
Twitch
were-
tab, I mean, people do you. You do what you do.
I don't know. I like it because yes, there are a lot of people who would love to stream games, but they're just not that good at games. But they are really good at their hobbies, and those hobbies are.
I think Steve touched on it well with the fact that I think people know Twitch is a gaming platform, and when you think of creative, art, glasswork, anything like that, you think it's going to be gaming related. And a lot of the stuff we checked out, me and Joe did when we were watching earlier today, it was a lot of gaming related stuff. So it's, you play the brand. Twitch is a gaming kind of streaming service, so you probably, if you're going to make art, you make gaming art. If you're not, I mean, I don't know how many followers or viewers you're going to get. It is what it is. It's cool. I like it.
How artsy can you get? Like, can I just stand in my webcam naked and just say, okay, people, draw me?
Honestly, you probably could with the fact that you wear naked.
Well, no, that's the whole point. That's the art part.
I don't know if you could actually be nude and call it art and say, this is for my art channel. I'm not breaching any kind of Twitch policy about clothing required on streams, but, it's art.
Drawing people isn't art unless they're naked. Everyone knows that.
Trigger warning, you're about to see a big black dick.
Rated X for mature plus.
We'll do a dual stream it, Jay.
There you go.
God.
We'll be Ebony and Ivy.
Jesus Christ. Alright, speaking of the Sash Man, let's jump into his
I'm getting the
corner.
worst images in my head. It's awful. We need to move on.
Nightmare indeed.
I want to get to the indie corner. I'm excited to hear about it this week.
Honestly, this week, all I want to talk about is the Anarchy Arcade. That's the indie game of the week. If you guys are actually seriously interested in taking a look at my indie collection for real and not just hearing about one game per week and thinking about how cool it might be or lame it might be, if you want to come see the games, see an arcade cabinet for them, see some trailers for them, and just get a feel of an old 80s arcade, then yeah, you need to go ahead and download Anarchy Arcade for free. And it's a really, really wonderful program. It's, first of all, I'd say it's very much like a 3D desktop that can actually quite literally replace your normal desktop. It's pretty small on the GPU footprint, so you could let it just run in the background all day, every day, and actually have it be your desktop. You could make a single player arcade if you don't actually want to play with anybody. You just want to look at your whole Steam collection in an awesome new manner. You can go ahead and get that up and running fairly easily. I definitely watched the tutorial. There's a few things you need to learn about the program, but that's all in game. Or you can join the multiverse and actually make a live arcade together with everybody else who owns the game. Right now, I'm in the process of making a multiverse arcade, and been working on it now for the last week with about 5 or 6 other guys. and oh my god, it's amazing. We have about 800 things almost in the arcade as far as games and things you can interact with, videos you can watch, music you can listen to. You can link any type of YouTube or Twitch streams, anything you want to play on giant TVs you can put on the wall. You can put art. So yeah, of course, since it's kind of like unrated and uncensored, anyone can link anything they want. You will have some assholes come in your arcade and link some porn from time to time, but that's this. You gotta do what you gotta do. So a little trigger warning on that. You might see some porn in the Anarchy Arcade.
You gotta look for it though.
Number one to buy.
It's free. It's free. You gotta download it.
No.
There's really no reason not to. I couldn't recommend it more. I think you guys would really get a kick out of coming and checking out the arcade I've been spending time on, and
Dude, I'll check
playing
that
any
shit
games
out,
that you
yeah.
own.
What looks really cool about it is if you are primarily just a media intake sort of person, so you
Yep.
pretty much just watch videos, movies, and play games, like you don't do tons of homework or work on your computer, then you can
Yep.
literally use this to be a actual like virtual reality room where
Exactly.
you walk into your giant arcade and you go into the whatever room or corner and find
It's a virtual man cave.
whatever
right?
movie you want. Yeah, you could. It looks pretty cool. The
It's a
reviews
virtual
are
man
mixed,
cave.
but
Oh, don't even
think
worry
that's
about the
pretty
reviews. It's a little hard to work, and some people don't quite get how the single player versus the metaverse works. So if you do end up downloading it and you have any questions, you can go ahead and let me know on Discord. I'll feel free to help you out as much as possible, or send me, better yet, an invite on Steam, just as Assassin, and I can get you up and running in my arcade, and you can help me finish it. 'Cause there's still a lot of work to be done.
Sounds good.
Well,
Sounds legit. I gotta check that shit out.
It's super legit. You can even play old school games like NES, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, and then arcade games through MAME. You can use some of the old emulators and play it on the arcade cabinet screen. Okay, like normally if you go up to a cabinet that you own, like one of the Steam games you own, say I put down a Dark Souls 3 cabinet, right? And I go up and start playing it. It will boot the game up normally, and it will be in full screen. And whenever I exit Dark Souls 3, it will boot me straight back to the arcade instantly, as if I just stopped playing the arcade cabinet. Now, anytime you play the old school emulators, you can have it set up so when you play an NES, Super Nintendo, and Sega, the games actually appear on the arcade's cabinet screen itself, and you don't go into full screen for those games. You can play them. I mean, if you want to go into full screen, you can, but I much prefer to play them on the actual arcade cabinet yourself, and then it does indeed feel much more like a true virtual reality that you're in. It's great.
Do you think they're gonna advance this game into like a VR type thing, where you just straight up?
They have a VR version in this game if you want to get that one. But that's like $20, and it does not have nearly the amount of freedom or customization or customability that this one has. So I would definitely just recommend this one. And that's like Retro Arcade, something like that. Neon Retro Arcade, I believe. So that's an alternative, but I would recommend the free one because it's free.
Free 99 is you speaking my language.
It's free 99.
there you go. I like that. All right, well, that was the Indie Corner, Sasha's Indie Corner, to be more specific. Now we're going to move on to our last section of the podcast, and that is when we tackle questions and emails. I am pulling up the email inbox right now and seeing that is once again empty.
Well, it's got a bunch of cat pictures. You can't deny that
We-
fact.
Yes,
We
but they
had-
are old.
They're old
We had a
cats.
discussion with this with one of our viewers, and he said only old people email anymore. They suggested making an Irrelevant Gamers Discuss Twitter, having people Twitter stuff at you.
I actually agree with that. I'm not a big Twitter person, but Colonel Fat69 Twitter does exist, and I need to start using it more, and I'm gonna try. I think we need that for the Irrelevant Gamers.
So yeah, maybe instead, or maybe you can have both the email and a Twitter or something. But I guess I really only email for work.
Yeah, it's just email's easier to organize once or if you get lots and lots of fans.
That's just because we don't know how to work Twitter.
Yeah,
Yep.
we just need to figure out the Twitter
We
shit.
didn't
But we
wanna
do.
admit it, but there it is.
There is a Twitch
I've used
chat
Twitter.
question though. Health items in games that are probably really unhealthy for you. That instantly made me think of Necropolis and rotten food. Yeah, no shit, I'm not gonna eat that, but it's gonna heal me.
I mean, you
Yeah.
drink a lot of sketchy potions in the Zelda game.
It's true. Magic potion, my
Sketchy,
ass.
shady bottles. Yeah.
So what is that game where you drink something and it like deforms you, but gives you like magic or like new powers?
Shit, Necropolis.
Yeah, I was gonna say Necropolis is hitting
Half
like
the potions in
head
that
on
game will
this.
fucking do something.
Honestly,
nasty.
any like of those like rogue games like Vigante did it with where the potions are unknown, so you try it to discover what it is, and then
Oh, yeah,
all
it
of a
was-
sudden, oh,
it
I'm
was
poisoned.
poison.
Oh shit, I'm vomiting everywhere. Now I take double damage. Fuck.
I used to accidentally eat stuff in Harvest Moon and Stardew Valley all the time. That would kind of suck.
Yeah, dude, I did that all the time in Stardew. Excuse me.
There's actually a
I know
decent
exactly
amount of
what you
like weird items out
You don't know what's in the Estus flask. I mean, fuck.
It
Oh,
could
that's
just be
funny.
people. It's
That's
just
funny.
ground up people that are now fire. In
I can't think of any health items that actually, I mean, Link just eats hearts.
Apparently, you smoke crack for health in Postal too. That's hilarious.
Yeah, well, there you go. Well, yeah,
There you
in Skyrim, there's a mod where you can get, smoke some nice
Some
ganja.
skooma.
I was gonna say in a Spider-Man
Smoke screen,
Venom
Skyrim.
game where you're Venom,
Nah, not
you
if you
straight
get
up
the
just
mod
eat
for the,
people.
Drink it.
But yeah, I don't know, I gotta say, I think Link, when he just gets hearts, I assume he's just eating other people's hearts to create his own. That's
Yes.
probably the grossest thing I could think of.
You guys ever see the ending to Silent Hill 4?
No.
Oh, that's
4? No. 5,
Uh,
yes. No.
Basically, the evil demon was inside her the whole time, and it's all about this girl had an abortion, and that's the bad thing that she did. It's a weird, really weird game that has a lot to do with babies and abortion and shit. And all the scary monsters are pretty gross, but at the end, basically coughs up and throws up a fetus, and then the frickin' evil witch lady eats it. It's messed up.
Mm.
Well, that's how she gained her health.
That's how she became a crazy, terrifying, insane final boss.
Well, damn. Where can I get one of those?
I don't think you want one, man. It was. You don't
No,
want
it's
to be
time.
that.
It's time for me to morph to level 2.
Yeah, like, you've seen Akira. Like, there's certain things you just don't want to morph
Cool.
into in the end.
All
A
right.
big giant blob monster that you can't control anything. That just sounds terrible.
Best old Flash games ever. That would be Kitten Cannon, Cat Golf.
Cat bow golf. Cat bow golf.
Wait, what was it? Or Cat Bow Golf.
Yep,
Yeah.
Jason got the link right.
Text twist.
Ooh, Text Twist was so good.
I don't remember Text Twit.
Oh, they just gave you a
Is that the
6.
one where you typed in the words and then you kept going or something?
They gave you a
They basically-
6-letter word that was jumbled, and then you had to figure out what the 6-letter word was and put as many other words that you can make out of those letters in there. And it was
Yeah.
like a 2-minute timer. Oh, that
Yeah,
was
yeah.
me and Q played that so much.
Yeah, played that a lot. There were some really old Deer Hunter games that I really liked, but I don't think those were Flash games.
I think Cat Bow Golf.
I think
Really
Cat
stood
Bow
out.
Golf was good, but I don't think you can beat Kitten Cannon. I think you hit the nail on the head there, Steve. Spacebar. Shoot the cat. Get the furthest.
We did play that for a weird amount of time.
We would literally sit in like your parents' like office room or whatever and sit there and
It
hitting the
was-
space bar trying to get our cat further. Come on, you stupid cat, just hit the bomb!
I don't remember why, but we had 2 computers for something.
I think you used your
Did you
dad's
guys
and then
in
we
high
had
school
another.
in the library try and find games on the library computers.
No.
No.
Yeah, well, I did that.
If
Well, the
if
other
you-
people did.
If you knew the right blog sites, they got around
The
internet
school
blocking
firewall
stuff.
ban list.
So, me and a buddy would play the original Mario Brothers and stuff like Tetris, like Blogspot.
No, I only,
Some guy would just literally embed them into his blog posts so people could play them.
Nice.
They were basically specifically for high school kids in the public library where
Alright,
they
we're
were.
talking about being a kid in fucking library, right? Either the public library or the school library, and digging around the computers and whatnot, because that's what you're just talking about. Man, back in the day, I don't even know if this works anymore, and I'm not even gonna check it right now. One of you guys can feel free.
Isn't it?
Yeah, you already know. Whitehouse.com was the best porn site ever, because you could be doing any school report, right? And you could just tell one of your friends, oh, well, just check out Whitehouse.com. They probably have something. And man, I can't tell you how many kids I pulled that on. And that shit would pop up and they'd freak out. And I'd be like, oh, what? I would just play dumb, like, well, how was I supposed to know that's a porn site? It was hilarious, man. Oh my God. Whitehouse.com. No, you needed to go to whitehouse.gov. That was the real thing.
Yeah, that's fucking hilarious, though.
Oh yeah, that reminds me of one computer class way back in grade school. One of the girls in class, during one of her presentations, like this was the big homework assignment, was to present something on the computer screen using slideshows and stuff, and she had an external link, and she miscopied it or mistyped it and brought up just XXX porn everywhere, all over the screen. And she just freaked out. And she immediately goes red faced. I think she started crying, like she thought she was in so much trouble. It was 100% an accident, but it was hilarious. For me and all the other idiot guys in the class. Oh my God.
Boobs!
Exactly.
Eric, did you ever have hockey?
Ever have what?
Mr. Hockey?
Mr. Hockey, I had him
I never had that guy.
in drafting class.
Yeah, because he had the whole computer set up, so the whole time he'd be wanting us to do shit, but his class was stupidly easy, and he didn't even know what the hell he was talking about. So we would just go proxy it to whatever fucking website has all the games at the time. And he'd play games, and he would get so angry all the time. And you know, he'd flip out, but he wouldn't get up from his desk because he was.
No, he was. He was so big.
he
Goddamn
was,
kid, you quit
minimize it,
scrolling
and then
around.
he'd just go back while he's-
Then he went and got that surgery, and it was crazy.
I don't.
Like one year, I don't know if you were. Did you meet Mr. Hockey pre-liposuction? This has nothing to do with anything we're talking. Like, who knows who Mr. Hockey
I'm
is?
just curious. This guy was fat as fuck and he got liposuction and you're curious? Oh, wow.
I was gonna say I
He
never
was
saw
one
him.
of the assistant football coaches.
Wow.
We have
was all
become
big.
way too irrelevant. Sounds like it's time to plug.
Jason hit the nail on the head there.
Let's start plugging some stuff.
All right. Well,
Like
we're not actually doing a plug. I kind of rolled it all into the outro. So
Oh, cool.
I just thought we
That's
would
even
randomly talk until we agree that we're done, and I'm gonna go through that outro at the end, and that'll be the end.
Oh, that's a shame. Whitehouse.com is no longer a porn site. I must have pulled that on like 10, 15 dudes easily, easily.
Hilarious.
Man, worked every time like a charm. Yeah, I'm sure the White House eventually bought that.
Yeah, all right. We need more voters.
We we don't care what it is, but it can't be a porn site.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Eric, what's your outro? Let's wrap it up.
Yes, we're ready to do it. All right. Well, this is the end of the show, everybody. So thank you, everyone, for listening to Relevant Gamers Discuss. Again, we record live Thursday nights at 8 o'clock p.m. Central Time. That is U.S., Canada Central Time. If you wish to email the show, we will read your questions on the air. That is irrelevantgamersdiscuss@gmail.com. If you like free video game style music, check out soundcloud.com/EASkeezy. Colonel Fats makes YouTube videos, youtube.com/ColonelFats69. Jason also does the YouTube game with all sorts of video game and movie trailers. That is Epic US Trailers on YouTube. And you can find Crossjoint on Twitch, Crossjoint TV, one word. So, once again, thank you for listening. For Steve, Jason, Kyle, and myself, we are the Irrelevant Gamers. And this has been Irrelevant Gamers Discuss. Have a great week.
Peace.
Peace out. Yay.